So this was the only question that they gave us in the released items about photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. And remember, chemosynthesis, photo means light. A photograph is a picture of light. It's light captured on paper. Photosynthesis is putting light together to make something. Chemosynthesis is done by organisms that can't get any light. So chemosynthesis does not require enzymes. Well, that's not true, but it can occur in environments without sunlight. And this is the big thing that we see at the bottom of the ocean, as you saw in the video, those like hideous big stacks of sulfur plumes, hydrogen sulfide gas. You know what rotten eggs smell like? Okay, like swamp gas, like your brother's worst farts ever, honestly, if we're being honest. Those things that smell sulfury, hold one second. The chemicals that are involved in chemosynthesis are hydrogen sulfide compounds, and they use those hydrogen sulfide compounds to make sugar. So it's like photosynthesis, but instead of taking in CO2, they're taking in H2S. They're taking in sulfur compounds, and they're making sugar out of that. Okay. Obviously, this is a process done by autotrophs, things that can feed themselves. And through the magic of photosynthesis, they take CO2, they take some light energy, they take some water, and what do they get? What do you get? You get oxygen as a waste product, and you get glucose, C6H12O6. This is really handy for us because, boy, we like oxygen. Initially, when we started to see oxygen levels on Earth, this is like, I don't know, a long time ago, 2 billion years ago, I think. It's referred to as the Great Oxygen Crisis because oxygen was this toxic gas that actually killed a lot of things on Earth. And so then you see the rise of things that can use oxygen because, hey, I actually like this toxic gas. This is cool. So, but that's photosynthesis. The kinds of things that photosynthesize. One question that has come up on the air test that I recall was scientists isolate a number of cells from an organism. If these cells are capable of photosynthesis, what structure will be present? So, do you think you know? What's the structure where photosynthesis happens? Do you remember this from the video? I think it was one of the quiz questions at the end. Starts with a chloroplasts. You got it, ma'am. So if you find a cell and it's got chloroplasts, you know that that's a cell that's capable of photosynthesis. What kinds of organisms are capable of photosynthesis? Give me one.
Plants.
Plants. Okay, you took the easy one. That was the one you were going to go for? Able to photosynthesize. We got plants. What else we got? Some bacteria. Some, not all, just some. Some bacteria. What else? Algae, yes. The beautiful kelp forests. I always misspell algae. It's so embarrassing. Beautiful kelp forests of the Pacific Ocean. Algae in a pond. If you go out on a lake and you pull up a bucket of water and it looks kind of greenish, those are little sort of microscopic algae in the water. They're green because they have that chemical. What's that chemical that's in the chloroplasts? Darn it, chlorophyll. No, chloroform is what you use to knock people out. Chlorophyll is what you use to photosynthesize. Don't mix those up. If you're trying to knock somebody out with chlorophyll, it's not going to work. Okay. So, those are the kinds of organisms that can photosynthesize because all of their cells have in them, of course, chloroplasts, which look like little green M&Ms with little things stacked up in it. And that's really about all you need to know about photosynthesis at this level. Questions, comments, concerns. There has been a chemosynthesis question on the test almost every year, but it's generally pretty low level like this. You know, it's the thing that happens without light. It's also done mostly by bacteria, important in food chains in the bottom of the ocean, stuff like that. All right, so if there are no more questions on this, I'm going to stop the video.